visit Shami, so I wanted to show you what they look like completed. So I'm just going to bring it up close so you can see a little bit, but I love the way that they turned out. This one is collage with the deer, and I just used my portfolio oil pastels that are water soluble, but I just rubbed them in, and I just love how they turned out. They're really quite beautiful, and they have lots of textures and layers. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'm thinking about maybe drawing faces in the inside or doing quotes or something, but I'm just in love with them for right now. But that's the first one. But this is just a good technique. I will show you too just some of the stencils that I got. This is a card that I got from Michaels, and like it had an overlay part that was really decorative, but I saw it and they had like 3 different kinds of styles. So actually 4. But I thought this would make such a beautiful stencil, so I used some of those. I also used some netting, and I'm going to kind of go through this in another video too. And then I use my homemade playing card stencils too, so you see those around in some of these too. I can't really see where one is now, but that. And then I use the trusty bubble wrap, and yep. And just a makeup sponge. So those are the tools that I use. And then I have a couple more traditional, traditional stencils, but I really like using stuff that I have around my house. So I try to stick to that, especially with mixed media, just because it doesn't, you kind of don't want it all perfect, or at least I don't like things perfect. I like it to be grungy. And I did use like vintage book pages, and this is just a hymn book that I got at a thrift store. But I just love the way that turned out. So I'll bring it nice and close, and I'll take really good pictures so you can see. And then this is the other one. And that one's really cool. I love that butterfly stencil, which is this one, which is amazing. So I think I actually might brush these with Mod Podge just to make them, because I want to use them as much as I possibly can. So those look really pretty. And I just did flowers for this one. So it's really pretty. I love it. And then I use a lot of those playing card stencils in this one, like the triangles and the squares and just all sorts of stuff. And then this one's really cool with the heads, and I got a lot of these images from National Geographic, but I love it. And this one I think is the Virgin, which I love. That's so pretty. And yeah, and just kind of went around the edges as you saw in the video and just highlighted some stuff just to create a beautiful background and text, because I love reading and books and all that stuff. But I just love it because you have multiple layers with the tissue paper, and then you have your stuff on top, and it's really decorative and beautiful. So I don't know how I'm going to use these. And then this is probably my favorite with the birdie. So there's little blue birdie that I cut out from a magazine, and then just a whole bunch of flowers and decoupage elements. I used lots of bubble wrap on this, and I decided to do blue, and I went around the edges too. And this is that green paper that we started out with, but as you can see, the paper just transformed, but I really like that it's layered on there. Like, I like that you can see peaks of it underneath the paper. So definitely you can use, you know, regular paper and kind of get the same effect, but there's just something about that pattern paper that's really beautiful. And this too, you can see, you know, some peeking through, which I love. And now I'm curious, like, which one is which, right? And this was the checker one that I started out with. And this one's the stripes. This is, and this is the pretty, like, one that had the roses in it. I think I covered it up pretty good so you can't see much of it, but, well, you see a little bit underneath the stencil, but it's just a great way to use your scrapbooking paper, maybe that you don't have something to do, and these would make good collage images for like your canvas or whatever too, so definitely keep that in mind. And I just use stamped tissue paper. I just take regular pastry paper and I stamp it, so just kind of keep that in mind. And I got my pins, these portfolios, from Amazon. They were like $10, so you can save up and get those. It took me a little while to be able to order them, but I got them. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope that you will make these beautiful pages yourself. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.